Thanks, Prabhu, for the spotlight. So now let me share my screen. Hare Krishna. So today's shloka is shloka number 1.5.2. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudhiret Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Nangayati Grim Yatkapahatmam Dashe Guru Dintanam Paramanandam Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna. So today's shloka is Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.2. Can anybody be my chorus for today?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay, please repeat after me. Narada Uvacha
Narada Uvacha
Parasharya Mahabhaga
Parasharya Mahabhaga
Bhavata Kachitatmanaha
Bhavatah Kaschidhatmanah
Paritushyati Sharira
Paritushyati Sharira
Atma Manasa Evacha.
Atma Manasa Evacha.
Thank you for. Now we shall go towards word by word meaning. Narada, Narad, Uvacha said, Parasharya, O son of Parashara, Mahabhaga, the greatly fortunate, Bhagavataha, your Kaschid, if it is Atmanaha, by the self-realization of Paritushyati, does it satisfy? Shariraha, identify the body, Atma, self, Manashaha, identifying the mind, Eva, certainly, Va, and translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Addressing Vyasadeva, the son of Parashara, Narada inquired, are you satisfied by identifying with the body or the mind as objects of self-realization? Purport. This was a hint by Narada to Vyasadeva regarding the cause of his despondency. Vyasadeva, as the descendant of Parashara, a greatly powerful sage, had the privilege of having a great parentage, which should not have given Vyasadeva cause of despondency. Being a great son of great father, he should not have identified the self with the body or the mind. Ordinary men with a poor fund of knowledge can identify the body as self or the mind as self, but Vyasadeva should not have done so. One cannot be cheerful by nature unless one is factually seated in self-realization, which is transcendental to the material body and mind. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shra He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavan Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. So we shall begin with today's topic. First of all, thanking Matrapati Prabhuji for giving me this opportunity. and seeking all the blessings, all of you. I shall try to continue with where we left yesterday. Very nicely, Rajanath Prabhu was explaining about how Vyasadeva had explained, for the purpose of less intelligent people, the stories are presented and things like that. Various things Prabhu was sharing yesterday. So, but in spite of all that, Vyasadeva was feeling um, little disappointed. Despondency is the word which is mentioned here by Srila Prabhupada. So the icebreaker question coming for all of you is, so I request you to please respond in the chat box, and if you can unmute yourself and speak. That is also not an issue. So my question to you is, how many times have you noticed this, that you feel that your mobile battery is going to be over, so you go and you put a charger in your mobile, okay, and you put the charger in the socket, but you have forgotten to switch on the socket. Have you ever come across this situation in your life?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay. Any more answers?
Hare
Yes,
Krishna Prabhu.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
It is just happened now.
Yes. Okay. So this happens to, yes, Aparna Mataji says yes, Prabhu. Okay. I think it has happened to many of us that we just put the socket and we forget to switch on the plug. I mean, we plug it, we forget to switch on the socket. So what happens? The phone doesn't get charged, and after some time, when we see, we are really feeling the situation what Vyasdeva is feeling here, disappointed. Of course, for different reason, but yes, I wanted to bring out this point that we feel disappointed. So the reason why we feel disappointed and why Vyasdeva is feeling disappointed. So here in this shloka, we feel a hint of, Bhagavad Gita second chapter, where when Arjuna was speaking continuously and Krishna was listening. And yesterday, Rajanath Prabhu was saying that smiling was very common between Krishna, how Krishna smiled, same way here Vyasadeva was smiling. And we have also noticed that, when sometimes we have seen that devotees come to us with various problems and issues, and when you bring them to the ground reality, then both the parties sit and smile that, oh, it was not a big problem, we were thinking it is a very big problem. It has happened to us also, when we used to go to Matrapati Prabhuji and asking for his guidance, and then we realize, oh, actually the whole problem is not this at all. It is on the bodily platform we are thinking. So here, Narad Maharishi is giving that example that, you shouldn't have lamented like this, because you are from a great parentage, Parashar Muni, such powerful, strong devotee. And being the son of that devotee, you carry a, responsibility. So ideally, you should not be disappointed at this point of time. So that was the, explanation given by Narad Maharishi. And so we must be thinking, why such great devotees, they become disappointed, things like that. So one thing is very common, that this forgetfulness is explained. First of all, they are just setting an example for us, so that we don't we learn from them, that this is how things happen, and this is how we can easily come over that. There are several examples in the Srimad Bhagavatam and in Bhagavad Gita as well. Okay. So last class I was mentioning that we are Satchidananda actually, and when we try to find our happiness in the material things, this leads to the disappointment. Okay. And here what is happening, Vyasdeva has written so much, various Karma Kanda section is written, and about various kind of people who cannot take up Krishna consciousness, because Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita very clearly, is mentioning, there is a shloka, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyante Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. He's saying, after many births, one who comes to Krishna is very rare, such a very rare soul comes to Krishna. So that is why Vyasadeva gave wonderful, various explanation about various sections, so that at least at one point of time, they come to, finally they come to the conclusion that, Vedesha Sarveva Ayam Vedya, which means the essence of all the Vedas is to know Krishna. Okay. So the point is that we can go the long route, or we can go to the straightforward route of devotional service and achieve the perfection. So when we go through the long road, that disappointment is always going to be there. It is not going to be over. It is always going to be there. Okay. So here, what was happening? There is a nice story. I remember a story of cage and a bird. So there was a lady who got this golden cage and a bird, and every day she was taking care of the cage so nicely. She was cleaning the cage, but she forgot to take care of the bird which was there inside. And the result was that the cage was very clean, shining, but the bird inside that died. So why the bird died? Because the lady was not feeding the bird. So finally, the cage was empty and the bird was dead. So the same situation happens to us. We feel disappointed because we are not connected to Krishna, because we are not reading Prabhupada books, because we are not associating with the devotees. Obviously, there is going to be disappointment. So it is important that we try to feed the bird. And how do we feed the bird? The entire system Srila Prabhupada has designed that the bird inside the cage, which is the spirit soul inside this material body, is nicely fed and nourished. So when the bird is nourished, the cage will shine automatically. You don't have to separately put an effort to shine the cage. So that is why the bird is fed. That is important. So the system is designed in such a way that we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we do the deity worship early in the morning, and then we meet some devotees, we exchange gift with the devotees, and we take good care of the devotees. So that way Krishna remains pleased with us, and that is how the bird is nourished. So we became happy, and we are always in our real position that I'm not the body, I'm the spirit soul. The moment we forget that I'm not the body, I'm the spirit soul, the disappointment comes. There can be various disappointment. One person can be disappointed thinking that, oh, all my colleagues have grown very nicely in corporate, but I am not. I am only assistant manager, or I'm only a manager. But my colleagues, they have become senior vice president, etc. So they may become disappointed. Some people can become disappointed thinking that I was so young and beautiful, charming, and very very long hairs in my young age, and now I have become bald, I have become very fat, and I don't look very good. So they may become disappointed. Again, that is bodily platform. Okay, some person. So everything, if you see here in this material world, everything is on the bodily platform. Okay, so the problem here is that you see the TV, the advertisements which are there on the TV, or anything, everything is on the bodily platform. There is no advertisement in the TV which says that I'm the spirit soul and we should give more focus to the spirituality. Nothing like that. There is an advertisement for shining your teeth, close up, Colgate. There is an advertisement which says that if you put that perfume, there are bunch of ladies who are going to run behind you. Okay, so there are several advertisements like that. It is all bodily. And because those things doesn't happen in reality, it ends up in the disappointment. Okay. Then moving on further, many times the devotees, they feel shy, that, if I do this, what people will think. If I go for book distribution, somebody will see me, my neighbors will see me. Or if I go for Nagar Sankirtan, or if I put a tilak in my, relatives' marriage function, people will comment about us. But on the other side, we see that these materialists, they don't feel shy for anything, right? They give all sort of advertisement for all stupid things on the TV. They are not scared. They are not worried about it. And all nonsense. If you see, there is advertisement on the TV about, eating gutka. You eat gutka and you become happy. There is an advertisement which says, "Muh mein Rajnigandha, to kadmon mein duniya." So it is not going to happen. So like that, there are hundreds of advertisement where all these great personalities, so-called great personalities, TV actor, actresses, they're selling themselves for advertising all stupid nonsense things which are bad for the society, which they don't use it themselves. They don't feel shy. So why should we feel shy? We should never feel shy for, being Krishna conscious. But if we are not in the association of the Vaishnavas, if we are not reading Prabhupada books, then we are going to be shy because we will not be on our actual platform. So last one point coming up here. With this, I will end. So I was talking about that relationship. It is very important when we are, having that relationship with Krishna, then we are joyful. So that relationship example I can give, you can think in your own perspective and then realize that how this relationship actually works. Okay. So just imagine, our Guru Maharaj has written a poem, Yadi Prabhupada na hoy to tabe kya hoy to. If Prabhupada was not there, then what would have happened? Okay. So now let me just bring this thing to you in a reality. Just imagine you wake up on a day and you go and switch on your Zoom session, and you see that you try to click on the link and they say there is no meeting exists like that. Okay. So what will you do? Oh, today Mangal Aarti is not happening. Okay, now let me call the leaders. You search the name of the leader on your chat box, on your mobile contacts, and you see that the leader's name is not coming up. Then you'll think, what is happening? Mangal Aarti is not there, leader's name is not coming up. Okay, then let me go and visit the devotee's house and see what is happening. And you cannot call because you don't have any devotees' numbers in your contact. I'm saying this in this regard. If Prabhupada was not there, then all this would have not been there. There would have been no Mangal Aarti. There would have been no devotee calling you, reminding you for your chanting, for posting your rounds. There would have been no devotee who would be telling you that, have you read Prabhupada books today? Okay. Not only this, if you go and try to visit a devotee's house, you see the devotee's house is nothing looking like devotee's house. You enter the house, there is no altar there. There is a TV there. Okay, you try to see the bookshelf for the Bhagavatam. There is no Bhagavatam. There are books like various games or books on Steve Jobs, things like that. There is nothing. Okay, you try to go to the temple, you see that the temple is not there. Our ISKCON Narsimha Giridhari temple, you try to visit the site and you see that in that site, there is a slaughterhouse there, because that was supposed to come before our temple, but our temple is there now. So like that, wherever you go, all these things will not be there. And how will you feel that point of time? If you see that your leaders are not there with you, you see that, ISKCON temple is not there, you go and search on internet, Google, ISKCON, and the result says not many results found with this. How will you feel? So that time, what you feel, if you really feel bad after hearing all this, that ISKCON is not there, Prabhupada is not there, Guru Maharaj is not there, devotees are not there, Prasadam is not there, altar is not there, Srimad Bhagavatam is not there, then how will you feel? If you're feeling bad about it, then you are developing a relationship already with Krishna. And that is what is called relationship. Prabhupada has given this to us so that we develop a relationship. And then in the end of the life, Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka which says, Antakali chamam evashman muktva kalevram. If you're remembering at the end of life, if you're thinking about me, you come to me, and then we can go back to Krishna. Such nicely, meticulously designed system is this. So we must take good advantage of this. And now when we join this, Japa session, we also get to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam early in the morning. And that makes our day perfect, because we are reading at least one shloka every day, Srimad Bhagavatam shloka. Then apart from that, continue reading whatever you are reading, continue chanting extra rounds, continue developing good relationship with the Vaishnavas. Then at the end of this life, we are going back to Krishna. So our entire life becomes full of excitement and enjoyment. Then tell me, where is the place for disappointment? There is no opportunity for being disappointed. And that is what happens to the devotees. They are never disappointed. They are very, very charged up, because they know this particular lifetime is the last lifetime for them in this material world, and they're already in the service of Guru and Krishna. So their anxieties are over. It's finished. But others who are not in the service, who are not in Krishna consciousness, they have a big fear. Anything can happen at any point of time, and they have no shelter. They are trying to find happiness somehow, but eventually they are turning to be frustrated. They are not happy. So with the prayer that all of us who have joined for this Japa session and all the devotees, they get nicely progressed in Krishna consciousness by following the instructions very nicely, doing the service very nicely, and chanting the whole Hare Krishna Mahamantra, deity worship very nicely. We all progress in Krishna consciousness. With this thought, I would like to give a pause here. I'm thankful to all of you that you have taken good amount of time and for this Srimad Bhagavatam class in the morning. And my sincere apologies for making any mistakes during this session. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Patita Pavan Guru Maharaj ki jai. If you have any questions or any comments, you are welcome to mention. Hare Krishna.